Hello, America, and to our friends around the world, greetings. This first image is from Terrence Pop. You know him best from the YouTube channel Redonkulous. She may look clean, but even the nicest girls can carry woke ideas. Feminism, diversity, inclusion, equity, socialism. Don't get infected. Ask about her politics first. Boys and men, it is imperative to develop litmus tests to determine where it is that she stands. But even that isn't sufficient in today's legal landmine landscape. That's almost every step is guaranteed to detonate. You may think you have found the unicorn, but in reality, all it takes is one whispered word, one. Remember those cartoons of the Tom and Jerry or something, or with the good devil telling Tom, or the good angel rather, telling Tom the cat, "Don't chase after Jerry the mouse," and then the devil telling Tom, "Oh yeah, you know you want to chase after him and have him for a nice appetizing snack." That's all it takes. And all you have to do is look at the fact that 69+% of divorces on average are initiated by women and then attend family court, divorce court at least twice a month and watch the entire day of every judgment how it is ruled against the husband, the father. I have witnessed countless cases sitting in the gallery of women coming back 10 years after a divorce and demanding more from the man whom she hasn't been married to for 10 years. A man working 3 jobs, going through a divorce, having quit the third one to be available for his children, only be told, "Nope, you need to go get that third job or you're going to jail." Seriously, attend family court, divorce court for a year, and you'll see the value of having these litmus tests. This next one comes from Borefec, not sure how to pronounce it. It's Romanian. You know him from Legion of Men on YouTube. US aid under Biden considered populism a threat to American interest through NGOs, that means non-governmental organizations, and direct state pressure. America pushed censorship laws in Europe in order to arrest or suppress all democratically elected figures that are enemies of the State Department. That's the American State Department. America directly funded the swamp in Europe to exert control in her national interest while destabilizing Europe. Growing up, I was always an avid fan of history, politics, and I had always asked the adults, whom I thought at the time might know, for what reason is the United States always seeming to be in support of military overthrows of what seem to be freely elected governments of other countries? The adults never had an answer, and it wasn't until decades later, in fact, only in the last decade and a half, has it really come to clear. For example, the overthrow of Iran back in the 50s for oil, the Italian, intervention. All you have to do is study it enough, read the documents, and you recognize, yeah, we've got dirty hands in a lot of things, and that needs to stop, which is the reason I'm in full support of defunding and gutting the frickin' federal government till there's nothing left that they have to bake sale to be funded.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
I'm not
you're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's
with
back
all respect to you.
Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
even
entire
today,
meeting, you said thank
even
you.
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
So the concept was I'm sitting with the president, and the costs of the post office are like it loses $7 billion. And he said, can you do something with it? And I said, sure. So I saw him the next day, he goes, okay, what do you got? You know, he gives me the whole 24 hours to figure it out. And I said, well, the Commerce Department does the census. And we spend $40 billion every 10 years doing the census. And that means we hire 625,000 people. And they go and they rent cars and gas, and you pay them food. And you know what they do? They go to every household in America and count the people. What department do we already have that already employs 625,000 people? It's got cars, already has gas, goes to every household. Can you imagine saying to your postman, can you count the people in the house? What day could he do the census? Monday? Could he double check it on Tuesday? How about Wednesday? He goes every day. So we can only save $40 billion or $4 billion a year, and we'll do a better job. And you know what else we can do with the post office? They can go to your house when you have a baby and give you the form for Social Security. And the 20,000 Social Security offices that we have, we just don't need them. We actually can do real customer service. Go right to your house. Someone died, here's the forms, you can fill it out. I'll bring them to your house. Customer service, why? Because we've got those people. Let's use the assets of the government to make us better and save us money. We can be smart, you know, we're allowed.
And here's one that seems propagandistic, but it is based in reality. The two platforms. And this is from after the Civil War, late 1860s, perhaps early 1870s. The Democrat platform is for the white man. The Republican platform is for the Negro. In fact, historically, blacks have voted for Republicans. It wasn't until around the 1960s when Lyndon Johnson had his infamous racist comment about having those voting Democrat for forever. Know your history, because it was Democrats not so long ago who had as their Senate president the Democrat from West Virginia, Robert Byrd, a former Grand Kleagle of the KKK. And there's been so many other associations. People like to knee-jerk and say, oh, but the Democrats are, for everybody. No. Their platform has always been based upon bigotry. But it's not just limited to Democrats. As we're about to see, Mike Johnson is about to champion further peonage and enslavement of another class.
I challenge you or anybody on your staff, Do a word search for Medicaid on the resolution that we passed last night. You will not find it. That is not part of this equation, okay? We're talking about finding efficiencies in every program, but not cutting benefits for people who rightly deserve that. Work requirements for Medicaid. That is something that is public opinion polls almost 90%. You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended, for example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work. That's what everybody supports. That's what the Republicans are for. And by the way, we find dignity in our work. That's going to be good for everybody.
As Mike Johnson declares war on men to Cait-Man Collins on CNN, the clown news network, he needs to understand very well. He is a spineless pile of... For what reason is any group supposed to be incentivized to get off the couch and get back to work to pay for the bad decisions of another group? That is enslavement. You are a despicable, vile, evil human being. You are telling a group that it is their responsibility to pay for the sins, the failures, the consequences of bad life decisions of another group. Get out of here with that nonsense. And if you support them, get out of here.